At what point of their journey do they need to start to use the knowledge that they have for themselves? At what point?
That is a good question. At what point? For training programs, meal plans, and coaching, make sure you check out khpfitnessandtraining.com. What's going on, my fitness seekers all over the world? KHP Fitness here with another video for you, and I appreciate you guys for continuing to show up and show out on my channel. I stumbled across a video on Facebook that was very interesting to me, and I wanted to go ahead and discuss that with you guys today. Now, this comes from a super cool guy and a Facebook friend named Machiavelli Harris, and he's always putting up funny memes that get the conversations going, keeping the videos nice and light in a world where things are a little too serious right now. In this short video, he discusses a very important question, saying, at what point? It's a question that I ask myself quite often. I'm a big component that if you want to talk about it, you better be about it. And we all can find ourselves slipping off here and there, but for the most part, you have to stay consistent, especially as a fitness professional. But if you slip off that horse, you have to be able to get back on so you can instruct people properly on how to ride it. So with one further ado, I wanted to invite you to do something for me. You know what I want. Oh yes, you know what I want. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. Hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it.
Hey yo, I have a question for all the fitness experts out there, fitness people, fitness experts. At what point does the trainer or the person who has all the information, has all the knowledge, yada yada yada, but they're out of shape? At what point do they need to kind of sort of follow their own advice? Nothing wrong with them giving out the advice as far as the knowledge. They possess the knowledge. They possess all that.
That's fair.
They were previously in shape. They did competitions, blah, blah, blah. But now they're out of shape. At what point of their journey do they need to start to use the knowledge that they have for themselves? At what point?
I appreciate you again for the content, my bro. Very enlightening. I think the ultimate consensus from reading the comments and what I came up with is you have to practice what you preach. You have to look the part. In this industry that we're in, it's very visual. So people need to see an example in order to try to replicate that example. Now, one said that if you're 50, but you have a whole clientele and showed your resolve and that you've competed before, things of that nature, that you're still credible. And I agree. But at the same time, even if you're not competing, it's still good to show that, hey, I used to compete, but now I'm 50 and I can still get it done. I can still be in shape. Maybe not as good as I was when I was 40, 30, 20, but I can still be in great shape and maybe even rock a six-pack, depending on who you are, man or female, when it comes down to it. Now, I know with me being 40 years old, 10 years is far away, and I don't know what shape I'm going to be in, but I'll tell you this. If I keep eating the way I'm eating now and training the way I do, even if I scale back the training a bit, I can still look relatively good in comparison to most people who just let it go when they get about 30, 35 years old. At that point, you become a slave to gravity. And nobody wants to be a slave to gravity, because as you become gravity's prisoner, your body starts to sink down. You start to get more pain, inflammation. Everything comes with it. Now add junk food and laziness on top of that. It's a disaster. When it comes to fitness and health, I view health more than I view wealth, because if you don't have health, you don't have wealth at the end of the day. And your health is essentially your lottery ticket. That's your millions. And you start off, most of us start off with that good health, so we can't take advantage of it. But if we do, which most of us do, we ultimately begin to decline, which is us being broke. And it's hard to take advice from a person who got all the riches and then became broke at the end because he did something wrong or she did something wrong at the end of the day. Now, if you've never gotten to that promised land, that's a part of it too. But those who reach up there, set that example, and then fall off, it can't be much better, in my own opinion, of course. And you have to stay on your game. And how you do that is 80% diet, 20% everything else, consistency, training and such. But your diet is key. And if you're not keeping that up, you're going to be selling yourself a lot shorter than you could have. So unless you have some unknown illness that as you get sicker, you gain more weight. I hear these things all the time, but every sickness that I know actually makes you thinner. So comment below that sickness that makes you gain 50, 60, 70 pounds without food involved. Oh, wait. I talked about it in my previous video talking about this happy weight. It's nonsense, guys. Get it together. And no, nobody's going to be young forever. Things happen. I get that part of it. But if you are trying to show and prove to people, you have to keep yourself up. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Get your blood work done. Stay away from the hard drugs. Eat correctly. And you will strive for many, many years. And there's so many different examples of all of these people who keep it together well into their 60s and 70s and even 80s. Do not become a victim of yourself and keep pushing, guys. It's very important. That's all I got for you today. I want to thank him one more time, Mr. Machiavelli Harris, for the content, my brother. Keep it coming. We can all use a little bit of help. So if you're one of those people that feel like they need a little help, I also make meal plans, training programs, all broken down for you, whether you're using kettlebells, weights, sand, water, whatever. Calisthenics, I got you. Also, when it comes to nutrition, even though I am vegan, I do have an array of knowledge when it comes to putting meal plans together for so many different demographics. So you let me know what works for you. We'll customize it down and get you on the right track. Also, this is currently a crowd-funded channel. So those who give. Those who don't, I appreciate you watching the content and getting into my DM for coaching and training and all of that. But I really appreciate the support, guys. I do this for you. And with that being said, stay in shape, fitness professionals. We got a job and an example to show everyone. It's not where you train, it's how you train. Everyone, please do your best to stay healthy. We got this. I'll see you in the next one.